Hi guys! So I am sitting here in the car waiting to go into my daughter's pre-K class, and I was going to do my makeup real quick. I literally have 15 minutes before I have to be in there. So we're going to see if we can do like a 5 to 10 minute makeup. This is just something that I've been doing every day recently, and it's been super easy, but still gives me the coverage. I do self-tan, which you may not be able to tell in the video. My neck is darker than my face. I do have a lot of redness in my face, so it's definitely not super noticeable in the video, and I apologize for the lighting, but again, we're just in the car. For my everyday makeup, recently I've been using this No Problem Primer. It's from Touch in Soul. I got this in, I think, a BoxyCharm. It's the Prime Essence. It is liquid, as you can hear. And I just kind of put this in the middle of my face, and then I kind of rub it in. Because it is a liquid, you don't need a ton of it. It really spreads very easily. I do find that this helps with some of my oil production, and it doesn't really do anything for my pores, but I do think it helps with my oil. So I like to just put that on and make sure I rub it. I kind of just spread it out so it does end up going like all over my face. Whereas my next primer, it's the Dr. Brandt Pores No More. I've been using this for years. This is one of my favorite pore filling primers. So I feel like the other one really helps with my oils and kind of keeping them in check. And then this one really helps to smooth out my skin. So this one only goes in my T-zone where I have larger pores. And I really kind of more push this in than like spread. The foundation that I've been using, because it's really super quick and easy, is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Perfector. This does have SPF 25 in it, and it does say it's blurring and it's a skin tint, so it's not super full coverage, but it helps my skin tone matching situation. And I do prefer to use a beauty blender with this, so I just kind of put it right on my beauty blender. It is more liquidy. It's super thin. Like I said, it's not thick at all, so I do use a decent amount of this so I can get some coverage, but it's not so much for coverage and more just so for to help me match my skin tones together so we can look, you know, a little more human. So this is just like super quick and easy. I do always go over my ears because they also don't match. So we want everything to kind of match skin tone wise. So I like to just put it obviously everywhere. And if you guys know me at all, you know I do prefer more of a full coverage. So I will show you in just a second how I kind of achieve a more full coverage look without using a full coverage foundation. So now you can probably tell a little bit that my face definitely matches my neck a little better. So the lovely and famous Tarte Shape Tape. This is definitely one of my favorite concealers. I don't use a ton for my everyday, but I still do all of the normal highlighting areas. And this kind of gives me the coverage where I kind of need the coverage. I have a lot of redness in my cheeks, my breakout areas, hormonal areas right in the T-zone. This gives me the coverage where I need it in all of those hormonal areas without having to use a full coverage concealer. And it also highlights my face, gives it a little bit of dimension so we're not super flat. And then also can conceal all my dark circles, make it look like we slept a little, because Lord knows we don't do much of that, not in the Catlin household anyway. So, and I do go over my eyes. So just in those highlighted areas, the nose, forehead, under eyes, chin, and a little bit on the Cupid's bow, just to give it some balance to the face. So again, that's not necessary. I just feel like it helps to kind of balance out my skin, keeps the darker areas where you want that more contoured look, and then highlight all of those areas that kind of touch the sun first. So like the center of your forehead, the bridge of your nose, center of your face, and under your eyes is where you want it. I do also have a setting powder. This is just a little travel size of the Laura Mercier powder. This is probably one of my favorite powders. I feel like this is always my go-to powder. If I'm trying a new powder and it's just not working or something, I always go back to this powder. Like this one will never fail me. So this one I keep in my car because it's my tried and true. I don't have to worry about anything creasing or it not setting properly or anything. And I mainly just set the center of my face. So I always do a really good job at my nose because that is one of my most problem areas. My chin and everywhere else. Mostly in the center of my face, but I also carry it, like whatever's left on the sponge, over to my cheeks and stuff, so that way my bronzer will blend properly on top of my skin. But again, as you may already know, I do have very oily skin, so I set my entire face. If you have more dry skin, you may not need to do that. You might just want to put a touch underneath your eyes to keep your concealer from creasing or something. But for me, I got all the oils, so. And then the bronzer that I'm currently keeping in my car is the Morphe one. This is the Megastar Glam Bronze. Looks like this. Doesn't smell pretty, which I feel like I do prefer in bronzers, which is so silly, but I mean the Physicians Formula bronzer, like you can't, that's the bronzer to beat right now. Like it's affordable, it smells amazing. I mean, what could go wrong with it, you know? You can't go wrong with that. So, but because I did purchase these to try them, I figured I would keep one in my car. So I just bronze the general areas, kind of the cheeks, do that 3 motion. So you do like the side of your temples, your cheeks, under your chin. Cancel out all them double chin vibes. And someone is pulling up in front of me right now. I always think it's so funny when people watch me do my makeup, but I always go down the sides of the nose just a little. Obviously, it's a big fluffy brush. We're not doing like super big nose contour or anything, but it is the Pretty Vulgar Bronze B in 120 Sun-Kissed Snitch. But it's a little more cool toned, so we're going to try and like contour a little bit. Just a touch. Like I said, all I'm doing is going into my daughter's pre-K class, so I just want to not look dead, pretty much. So we're just bronzing up the skin. And that's it. You excited for your class? Yeah? It's the Ofra bronzer in Rodeo Drive. Love this highlighter. Because it's so pretty. And it's so easy. Like you don't need a lot of product. And it just is. Like it's just beautiful and glowing and all the things with like minimal effort. Which is what I need. Which is what all of us moms need, you know? Like we need minimal effort products here. I'm just going to take the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is in the shade medium brown. It is not my shade. It works fine because my eyebrows are obviously like darker. They're brown. Obviously I have red hair. But it works okay with my brows. But we're just going to throw a little in there because we don't have a lot of time. But brows are kind of one of my most important things. If you know me, you kind of know that. My brows are like my babies. No offense, Marlia. I just feel like brows really frame your face. Like just look at that. Like just the little teeny tiny bit I just did. That is my good brow though. So this one's a little more challenging, but we're gonna make it work. I really personally for my brows, I just need a little on the front. I need a little bit to connect right there, and then a little bit more tail is really the only places that I'll put. Ooh, we just went a little overboard there. And the nice thing about these pencils too is they're pretty easy to kind of erase, if you will. You don't need, yeah, we're getting a little carried away on this brow. But yeah, you don't need a ton of product for your brows, and then you kind of just spoolie through them. And then you have something, you know, something rather than nothing. They look a little more put together. Mascara, because there's nothing that will make you look more alive than mascara. Like, look at my eyes right now. They just look so tired and sleepy. And my favorite mascara right now, which I do have some cons about it, but it's the Bad Girl Bang by Benefit. I actually just bought the full size of this, and I have this little travel size, and I've been loving it. The thing is, I love the way it makes my lashes look. They look freaking bomb, but it does smear, smudge, and transfer. So I'm not a fan of that, but I do love how it makes my lashes look, because I feel like it like clumps just the right amount. Like, it looks really nice and thick, gives them volume and length, which I love. That's really probably what I look for in a mascara, is like volume and length. See, like, look at the difference. Lashes, no lashes. Mascara makes such a huge difference. Okay, we're gonna hurry because we have like 2 minutes. And then I'm trying so hard not to make the mascara face because, you know, it's not the cutest face in the world. And this is definitely my struggle. This is my struggle side, I feel like, in general. Like, this brow and these eyelashes are a little less voluminous. Like, there's less hairs there than the other side. But this side is like super long in some areas and transfers more, like up here. I'm actually not gonna put it on my lowers, and I'm gonna see how we do today, because I always put mascara on my lowers, and I feel like this one especially, it just smudges and stuff, and it doesn't crumble, which some can tend to do, but it just smudges, and I'm just not a fan. So then my lips, I usually just use the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm. I use the sleep mask of this at night, and I use the balm during the day, and I love it. This is my favorite. It's like super nice and thick and nourishing, but also like lasts a good amount of time. Yeah, I love this one. Okay, guys, so that's it. That's my quick, easy. It's nice and glowy, but nice and simple. We don't do eyeshadow. We just kind of do mascara and brows and everything else that we did, and we leave it. So less than 15-minute video, so that's pretty good. Not too shabby for like a full face of makeup. I love this, and I feel very complete and glam and stuff, and still can go out and do the normal day things. I don't feel overdone, which is great. So I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.